Hi, I bought this recently, Guardians of the Galaxy. I went and saw it at the sort of premiere for Australia, though there was no one from the movie or anything like that. It was more a corporate. It was more of a corporate affair. I won tickets through King's Comics, which is a comic book store in Sydney. Cut. Oh, see, what I'm going to do is have the pole come across. As the pole went across, it changed. You know, like as it that. No. There!
Oh, yeah, I think I get you.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's like a cool swipey effect.
Yeah, sweet.
Welcome to the Sydney premiere of Guardians of the Galaxy 3D.
It was great fun, and I laughed throughout the entire movie, and I loved it. And I saw it about 4 or 5 times at the cinema after that. The best movie I've seen in a very long time. There are lots of people who said that it's a horrible movie just based on the awkward humour and acting and hammy characters and really dodgy villains that get killed off with hardly any explanation. But if you've ever read a comic book, and when I say this I'm very overviewing comic books in general because there are some complex storylines. Comic books and comic book movies alike are supposed to be targeted to a wide audience, and what Guardians did was exactly that. The humour was stupid. The whole movie was ridiculous. It was like, if you imagine in like the 70s, I don't know the genres that were around, but just imagine going into Star Wars, seeing what they did, like, you know, a big walking hairy dude and spaceships that fly through space and planets that aren't Earth, and it would have just play with your mind, and that's what Guardians have done, but not in the sense of impossible things, but in the sense of breaking what you're expecting, particularly from Marvel. Marvel have never been like this strong in darkness, I mean, compared to the Dark Knight trilogy and, you know, DC's films. They've always been a bit more comedic, but with Captain America 2, which also came out this year, it was a bit darker and it was pushing the boundaries and pulling into the sort of modern era that comics have brought along. And then you had Guardians of the Galaxy this year, which was just ridiculous. The comedy in it was spot on and perfect, and just you had to watch it a few times to grasp all the jokes, because it was almost constant, both physical and, you know, actual dialogue in the comedy, and it was beautiful. The beauty of the film was also visually, it was just stunning. And when you know how many people worked on it, and the way James Gunn, the director, put basically his life on the line and into the movie, it's just, you can see it. You can see the devotion that people put into this film. And then of course it's like the best soundtrack to a film probably ever. But, like, you know, the score of the film was great. It was very Avengers, but it was more toned, and like, each piece of music was directed to do what it needed to do. It wasn't really reused or rehashed throughout the film. And then you just had this, you know, 60s, 70s, 80s soundtrack, which was just... But yeah, I thought Guardians, it just showed what Marvel can do when they just put their life on the line in terms of a movie, because, you know, it's a big thing to go from well-established Iron Man and Thor and Captain America and Black Widow to practically not just unknown, but to a wide audience. The Guardians of the Galaxy were pretty much unknown, especially the ones in the film, like Star-Lord and stuff, pretty new in terms of Guardians, because you had, you know, Yondu, who I love how they pulled him into the movie, allowing it to spread across the different eras. And that's another thing, they had so many hints to not just Guardians timeline, but Marvel across the universe. It's just, it was perfectly tied together, and you can get tired of the little references. And I mean, spoilers for the end credit scene. Howard the Duck, I thought that was brilliant. I'd only recently watched the film, so seeing him in the movie was really weird, but great. Worth sticking around. And I guess I can't not mention Karen Gillan, who was certainly a draw card for probably many people. And she was brilliant in it, and she didn't die, which means hopefully the sequel. I'd love to see her as the main bad guy, girl, character, that would be brilliant. You know, she could even kill Thanos, because that's one of the realities in the comics. So that would be amazing if, because, you know, Phase 1 led up to, you know, the Thanos reveal at the end of Avengers, so if she does kill Thanos, she'd be like the lead. She'd be like the most integral character to the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, around, which would be pretty cool. And yeah, the makeup, just, the movie was perfect. I was going to make this really short, I just wanted to talk about Guardians, but now it's like, it's still pretty short. But yeah, so I definitely recommend picking this up. It's almost Christmas, so, you know, if someone asks you what you want for Christmas, I'd say this. I've got the 3D Blu-ray and digital copy. I definitely suggest getting it on Blu-ray if you have a Blu-ray playing device, because it is stunning and the visual effects just pop. But definitely get Blu-ray if you can get Blu-ray, and just buy it. Even if you haven't seen the movie, I hope I've said enough stuff that makes you want to get it, because it is definitely my movie of the year. So yeah, thanks for watching, and sorry about the cars.